weight velocity will be very high in the first 2 years of life. Should be an answer, doctor. Should be an answer. Anti-glutamate decarboxylase antibodies are typically found in which condition? Loud answer. Excellent. Dr. Dilip also agrees with you. Diabetes. Dr. Siri made a wild guess about Crohn's disease. Dr. Anuja, everyone agree with diabetes. That's right. So, doctor, anti-glutamate decarboxylase type 1, anti-smooth muscle autoimmune hepatitis, anti-RNP MCTD, anti-SSB SSA in Jogren, Sianca in Beijnet. Repeatedly teach karke we got tired, but entrance repeatedly is the same issue. Now, skeletal age is more retarded than the height age. Typically in which scenario? Typically in the case of the Downs, the skeletal age is more retarded than the height age. So there is a height age, chronological age, skeletal age, so many ages are there. Now doctor, coming to human milk, what will human milk predominantly contain? It basically contains predominantly whey, not casein. Whey to casein ratio is 80/20 and it contains more cysteine and taurine is what need to be remembered. It is unusually rich source of taurine. Cysteine content is very high, but it is very little in methionine, phenylalanine and tyrosine. They are little less in the human milk. Coming to calcium metabolism, typically if there is a hypomagnesemia along with hypocalcemia, then that will complicate the treatment of hypocalcemia. Whenever you treat the hypocalcemia is what need to be fundamentally remembered. All the remaining statements are true. 50% is ionized calcium, maternal hyperparathyroidism, agar hai to fetal parathyroid gets suppressed. All those things are true. Coming to juvenile rheumatoid arthritis, you can use any of them in order to make out the diagnosis, and their absence makes the diagnosis unlikely. Okay, doc. Another list wala questionnaire आपके आगे. Which receptors के ऊपर which monoclonal antibody का इस्तेमाल करेंगे? You give me all three answers. No retail sales, only wholesale. Give a wholesale answer. No retail, please. Siri says CD22, Anuja says CD20, Amit says immunoglobulin E. You are giving different answers for different things. Arey bhai, 3 answers. Amit, correct, very good. HER2 is trastuzumab, CD20 is rituximab, IG is omalizumab, which gives a big clap to Amit. That's good. Now doctor, you can't give live attenuated vaccine like BCG to a person who is immunocompromised with HIV infection. Sustained hypertension. Measles, mumps, rubella. Symptomatic HIV infections may BCG, DPT is not for sure. For that matter, OPV is also live attenuated. Still, there is a recommendation. Okay, we will try to look back into the options, but BCG definitely not given. Okay, why not OPV? Yeah, OPV also becomes accepted. As you rightly said, MMR also should become. Okay, probably we need to remove except and put DPT as the only one. Now, sustained hypertension, what is it most commonly due to, doctor? Due to the renal parenchyma, not renovascular. Okay. Now, cerebellar ataxia can be sometimes a feature of a beta lipoproteinemia. Cerebellar ataxia is known to be a recognized feature. So, doctor, Right or wrong, finally we reach at 240. Now you raise the objection round like the members of parliament. Chalo bhai, 197, question 7. I will answer all your questions, don't be disheartened. I may be a little slow to answer, but I will answer all your questions. If required some corrections we will do. Okay. Just type question number along with your alternative answer. We will start from online, one after other we will clear. Yeah, Dr. Sri, we will give you the 500 high yield topic list, promise by Saturday. I have an Excel format, convert it into PDF and give to you, that's all. Okay, now question number 197, why not D? D, it is only indicated if significant triple vessel disease is documented, only indicated is wrong, doctor. It depends, even single vessel disease involving LAD, left anterior descending vessel. So there are different criteria for indications of CABG. So only is a too much an adjective. It is indicated, achhi baat hai, we can do. Only indicated, no. So right, then question number, I am starting from the Manu's post. I will come to everyone. Then question number 7. Go to question number 7. So objection overruled. Oh, no. I say nahi pahunchega. 1 minute. Right. Question number 7. Manu's objection is what? Oh. 7b, elevated estrogen during menstrual cycle result in what? It will decrease the FSH levels okay. It will decrease the FSH levels, but at the level of pituitary they will influence the FSH production, not at the level of the receptors. So that is the reason B is not really what happens, but C opposite will happen, that is decrease the FSH levels by the pituitary is very much a known fact. So that clears the Manu's doubts. Then Anandapur says 70. A comma B are correct. Okay, let us check. So even the question number 7 overruled. One more 70. Yeah, coagulative necrosis. TB is caseous. Sarcoidosis is non-granulomatous. Granulomatous, non-caseous. Hypoxic brain injury is liquefactive. Agreed. Then what is the objection of Anandapur? 70. A comma B are correct. No doubt. A, everyone will say TB is caseous, not coagulative. Okay, so overruled. Then Vizag 155. We are going to 155 of Vizag. What is your proposal? Vizag says 155 D is unlikely. Plasma osmolality is greater than normal. Will it make primary polydipsia unlikely? What happens in primary polydipsia? They drink a lot and that makes plasma osmolality become lower. If the plasma osmolality is greater than normal, that makes Primary polyps are unlikely. We said any of this will make it unlikely. But unlikely may C is not the criteria. If the urine output is diminished by water deprivation, it makes it likely. Hope Visakhapatnam agree with what I am saying. Did you understand? Did you follow? Okay. Okay, doc.